Principle of operation of induction motor. So here the induction motor is operating on the principle of Faraday's law and the Lorentz force. Okay. Based on these two principles, the induction motor is known. Okay. The operation of three-phase induction motor is based upon the application of Faraday's law and the Lorentz force on the conductor. Okay. So the behavior can be readily be understood by means of the following examples. So by using this example, I will explain this how it is working. Okay. So for example, in this example, okay, try to consider here. Consider a series of conductor L of length L. Consider a series conductor of length L. So length. For squirrel cage induction motor, so this is for I'm explaining this display operation by taking this squirrel cage induction motor. This squirrel cage induction motor. So this is so one length of the this is called copper conductor, copper bars or aluminum bars. For small machines, small induction machine, aluminum. For large induction machine, this is called copper bar. Am I right? So that copper bar. So this length is nothing but L. So that is represented like this. So, okay. So by cutting this induction motor so horizontally, then so it will look like this. Okay. So consider a series of conductor of length L. Okay. Whose extremities are short circuited by two bars. Okay. That is called A and B. Extremities are short circuited by two bars. A and B, that is called end rings. Generally, it's called as end rings. This is called end ring. A is the end ring and B end rings. Okay. So here, the end ring A. So this looks like when it's converted into like this one, it's just like a ladder. Okay. So one ladder. So that by cutting this, okay, squirrel cage induction motor to one side, and then so it looks like. So one ladder. So this is called aluminum conductor copper bar. Okay, the length acting on A. This is called one end ring. So A is called one end ring. So it is called one end ring. Okay, and B is also one of the end. These extremities are short circuited by this rings, bars. Okay, understood. So a permanent magnet placed above the conducting ladder. A permanent magnets. Okay, here this is called permanent magnet is placed above the ladder and is moving in this direction. This permanent magnet is moving. Okay, this permanent magnet moving over the ladder. Understood? There is a small area between the ladder, this ladder, and this permanent magnet. Okay, understood? So just like this is called a stator magnetic field. Stator magnetic field. So I'm already explaining. Stator magnetic field is rotating. Okay, stator magnetic field is rotating. So like this. This stator is winding. This is called winding. In this stator core, the windings are placed like this. Okay, this curved stator core, the windings. In the slot, this is called slot. In this slot, the windings are placed like this. So in this stator, the magnetic field is rotating. Magnetic field is rotating. It is a three-phase star connected or delta connected system. So generally, star rotor is connected star, but the stator may be star or delta. So here, this is a three-phase winding. This is a three-phase winding. So because of this, the rotating magnetic field is magnetic field in this stator winding is rotating. Okay, in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, based on a phase sequence RYB or RBY. Okay, this magnetic field is rotating. That means here in this example, I am considering as a permanent magnet. That permanent magnet is rotating. Okay, so in this here, so we have to in the middle of this. Okay, in this middle of this here, so we have to place a rotor. Okay, here you have to place rotor. That means that may be squirrel cage rotor or slipping rotor in this gap. Okay, there is a small area between stator core and its rotor. Okay, small area between the stator core. This is called rotor. So this rotor is inserted into the stator core like this. Here in this gap, the rotor is placed here. Okay, so this very gap between these two is very small. Understood? So in this stator magnetic field, this is called stator. So when we are giving the power supply to the stator winding, this magnetic field is rotating. So in this example, I'm consider as a that magnetic field is rotating. That is called permanent magnet. I consider the permanent magnetic field. Okay, that permanent magnet is moving over the ladder like this. This is called rotor. The ladder is called rotor, and the permanent magnet is called moving with a speed of v. So is moving. It is stationary. It is moving. This is called rotor. At the time of starting, the rotor is stationary, but at a certain time, when you are giving the power supply, then the magnetic field is rotating. Okay, the magnetic field is rotating in the stator one. Okay, with a speed of synchronous speed. Okay, so a permanent magnet placed above the conducting ladder moves rapidly to the right at a speed of v. Okay, the permanent magnets rapidly move at a speed of v, so that magnetic field v sweeps across the conductor. Okay, am I right or not? The magnetic field is v, so sweeps across the conductor. So like this, this is called magnetic field. Correct? That means there is a change in magnetic field between this rotor conductor and this called magnetic field. Stator. This called magnetic field. So sweeps like this means, so there is a magnetic field of magnetic flux density B is developed. Okay, so that a magnetic field B, okay, that's called magnetic flux density or magnetic field B, sweeps across the conductor. The following sequence events then takes place. So these are the different type of 4 events that takes place in the rotor. In this, okay, when this stator, this permanent magnet is moving over this ladder. Okay, understood. This is called rotor. Okay, this is a rotor, and this is called stator rotating magnet. Stator rotating magnetic field is rotating when we are giving the power supply. Okay, switch on. When you are giving when you are switch on the power supply, the stator magnetic field is rotating with the speed of v. Okay, on the stator core. Then rotor at starting rotor is stationary. At starting rotor is stationary. So because of that, there is a relative speed between these two. Stator rotating magnetic field. This permanent magnet is moving in this direction. That is called stator rotating magnetic field, and rotor. There is a relative speed between these two. Am I right or no? Because of this relative speed, so EMF induced in this rotor. Okay, so you can easily understand the concept one by one here. The following sequence takes place. First, a voltage E is equal to BLV induced in the each conductor while it's being cut by flux. That's called according to the Faraday. E is equal to BLV. So magnetic EMF induced in this conductor is equal to BLV sin theta. Actually, E is equal to BLV sin theta. So maximum, okay, sin 90. So angle between okay, B and LMB is an angle like this. So that's why BLV sin theta for maximum voltage induced in the rotor conductor. So a voltage E is equal to BLV is induced in each conductor while it is being cut by the flux according to the Faraday. Okay, this is stationary here. At starting condition, this is rotor is stationary. When you are giving the power supply, this is called stator rotating magnetic field and is rotating. That means there is a relative speed between the stator rotating magnetic field and the rotor. Okay, so the rotor is having some inertia. Rotor is having some inertia because of that. It's not moving. Okay, it's not moving. It is not rotating at the instant. Am I right? Okay, this rotor is not rotating immediately because of inertia. Because of inertia, this rotor is not rotating immediately. So that's why there is a relative speed between this stator rotating magnetic field and rotor. That is here in this example. So there is a relative speed between, so it's called permanent magnet and the rotor. Am I right? So because of that relative speed, okay. So the E is equal to BLV. That's called EMF induced in the rotor conductor. In this rotor conductors, the some amount of EMF is induced. Okay, according to the Faraday's law. You know well Faraday's law. So according to the Faraday's law, in motor, a current carrying conductor placed in a stationary magnetic field, it experiences a force. A current carrying conductor is placed in a stationary magnetic field, it experiences some force. No? So that is called a motor for motor, according to the Faraday's law. So here also same. This is called current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field. This is called magnetic field. Because of this, some experiences some force. It's called the Lorentz force. According to the Lorentz force, also we can explain this concept of rotating or this rotating. So here try to consider so because of the relative speed, EMF induced in the rotor conductors. Okay, so EMF induced in this rotor conductor because of relative speed. So then second point, the induced voltage immediately produces a current I. Because of this induced EMF, okay, induced EMF, induced voltage immediately produces a current that's called I, okay, which flows down the conductor underneath the pole face, okay, through the end bars and back through the conductor to the other conductors like this. Okay. So because of this relative speed between the stator, permanent magnet and this ladder, okay, because of the relative speed, so E is equal to BLV according to the Faraday's law. So EMF induced in this rotor conductors. Okay, these are made by aluminum or copper. That's why. So because of this EMF induced, so immediately some amount of current is developed. That current is called I. This current is called I, and this current is divided into I by 2 and I by 2. So this is called total current I, and this some of the current is circulating like this. So this is called entering B, and this is called entering B. So this some of this current total current I is divided into I by 2. Okay, and this current I by 2, and coming back to the closing loop manner like this. Okay, understood. First, what happens when the relative speed is takes place? That means this the stator rotating magnetic field or this permanent magnet is moving over this ladder because of the relative speed. According to the Faraday's law, E is equal to BLV. Understood? So EMF induced in this rotor conductor. So EMF induced means, so because of this EMF, okay, immediately some amount of current is developed. Okay, that current is circulating. So in this copper conductors. Okay, it's called copper rods or copper bars, aluminum bars. This current is circulating like this one, and this so leaving from this copper bar, it's like this, and passing through the this end ring, and then coming back to the another copper bar. So like this. So here also that's like this. Understood? The induced voltage immediately produces current I, which flows down the conductor underneath the pole face. Okay, through the end bars and back to the other conductors like this. Okay, so next third, because of this current, because the current carrying conductor lies in the magnetic field according to the Faraday's law and also Lorentz force. Okay, because the current carrying conductor lies in the magnetic field of the permanent magnet, experiences a mechanical force. So that is called Lorentz force. According to the Lorentz force, so because the current carrying conductor, this is called current carrying conductor. So I by 2 and I by 2, and also this is called current carrying conductor. Current carrying conductor is placed in current carrying conductor lies in the magnetic field. Okay, or the permanent magnets experiences a mechanical force, that is called Lorentz. The mechanical force is so direction is same as a permanent magnet direction. That is called rotating magnetic field direction. Okay, So here the rotating magnetic field is right in this direction. So the force acting on this copper, this is also same in the direction also. The force acting on this copper bars or aluminum bars are also same as rotating magnetic field or permanent magnet. Am I right on that? According to the Lorentz force. So the force always acts in the direction to drag the conductor along with the magnetic field. The force always acts in the direction to drag the conductor along the magnetic field. So this magnetic field is moving in this direction. That's why the force acting on this rotor is also in this direction. Okay, the force acting on this rotor is also in this direction only. So the magnetic field is rotating in this direction. So the force acting on also in the direction according to the Lorentz force. The force always acts in the direction to drag the conductor along with the magnetic field. Okay, if the conductor ladder is free to move, understood? This is called rotor. The rotor is rotating. So the rotor is placed on bearings. The rotor is placed on bearings. That's why the rotor is free to move. Right? This rotor is freely moving. So it is placed on the shaft is of the this bars are endrings are connected to the shaft, and then the shaft is placed on bearings. Okay, that's why this rotor is freely moving. Okay, the force always act in the direction of the drag the conductor along magnetic field if the conducting ladder is free to move. That is called rotor. Conducting ladder means here, our machine point of view, that is called rotor. The conducting ladder is free to move. It will accelerate towards the right. They accelerate towards the right like this. Okay. And however, as it picks up speed. So speed. So if it is rotating some speed, same also the rotor is rotating the same direction. Okay, with some speed. The conductor will touch the less rapidly. Okay, by the moving magnets. That means conductor will cut less rapidly. That means the rotor is also rotating. Stator magnetic field is rotating. That is called permanent magnet is rotating. That means rotor is also rotating because of Lorentz force. Okay, this is called rotor. So it's freely rotating. That's why the rotor is rotating and it is also rotating. That's why there is a relative speed reduces. The relative speed is reduces means that means the magnetic field acting on this ladder is less. Means the magnetic field towards the rotor is less. Okay, understood. So when it is accelerates, if it will accelerate toward the right, however, as it picks up speed, okay, the conductor will cut less rapidly by moving magnets. This magnet. Okay, with the result that induced EMF that is called voltage and the current will diminish. That means reduces. Okay, that means if the relative speed between this permanent magnets and this ladder is less, that means EMF induced and E and the current will reduces. If the relative speed between the stator, that is called permanent magnets, and rotor, this called ladder is more, so EMF induced in the conductor is high. If the relative speed between these two less, that means this called stator rotating magnetic field is rotating like this, and our rotor is also rotating like this. If the speed between the relative speed between the stator and the rotor is less, that means this EMF induced E and current I will be diminished. That means less. It reduces. Okay. When the rotor is also rotating with near this stator rotating magnetic field. When the rotor is rotating, the rotor is rotating near to the synchronous speed. That is called near to the stator rotating magnetic field. So what happens? The EMF induced in this. Okay, this winding is less, and also current is also less. Okay, understood. That is for slip ring induction motor. So winding, and also if it is bars, the EMF induced in this bars and also the current flowing to the bars also reduces. If the relative speed between the stator rotating magnetic field and the rotor is less. If the relative speed between these two is high, that means this called stator rotating magnetic field in this rotor is high. So what happened? This relative speed is more, means magnetic flux density is also more, and then EMF induced in this, so also more, and current is also more. Okay. So because of that, sir, if this current is high, current strength on this conductor is high. Because of that, so the low range force acting on this conductor is also high. Force acting on this conductor is also high when the current is high. Understood? If the relative speed between, for example, the relative speed between, for example, this called rotating, it is rotating at 1000 rpm. Let us assume it is rotating at 1000 rpm. So it is also rotating at some speed. Okay, 500 rpm. Let us assume 500 rpm. That means relative speed between these two is more. Okay, relative speed between 1000 and 500. So what is the relative speed? 500 rpm. So that's why relative speed between these two is more. Because of that, high EMF induced in this rotor conductor, and also high current is developed here. So because of that high current, the low range force acting, that's called force acting on the conductor, is also increases. That's why the rotor is rotating. That's why this rotor is rotating. So high speed. Okay. The rotor speed is increases because of that high force. So when the speed is comes to the near the synchronous, near the stator rotating magnetic field, is rotating in 1000 rpm. If it is coming, so 950 rpm. For example, is 1000 rpm same, but here this is the speed of this rotor is 950 rpm. That means what is the relative speed here? 50, only 50 now. So because of that, some small amount of EMF induced in the rotor current and small current, and also the force acting on this rotor is also less. That's right. The force acting on this rotor is also less. Understood? So then force is decreases. Understood? If the relative speed is more, then force acting on this rotor is more. The relative speed between these two less, the force acting on the conductor is decreases. So going to decrease. If the relative speed is 0, that means it is a stator magnetic field is rotating at this called permanent magnet is rotating 1000 rpm. For example, 1000. And here is also the rotor is also rotating at 1000. So what is the relative speed between these two? 0. So that's why there is no relative speed between these two. That's why there is no magnetic flux density. This magnetic flux is not cutting the rotor. Because of this, there is no relative speed between these. Okay. This 1000, this is 1000, and this is also rotating 1000. So what is the relative speed? Is 0. That's why there is no changes in flux here. That's why there is no EMF induced. And also there is no current developed, and force acting on this rotor is also 0. That's why this rotor is is not rotating. Okay, not rotating at same speed of this permanent magnet. Otherwise, this rotor is not rotating. It's not rotating at synchronous speed. It's always rotating less than the synchronous speed. Okay, they're always rotating at less than the synchronous speed. Synchronous means nothing but the speed at which the magnetic field is rotating. The stator magnetic field is rotating. That's called here permanent magnetic field. Permanent magnet is rotating. Okay, the speed of this permanent magnet here. So let us consider as a synchronous speed. Okay, the stator winding. So when you are giving this power supply, then rotating magnetic field is developed. That is speed of the rotating magnetic field is called synchronous speed. Understood? So the EMF and the current is decreases when the relative speed between the stator rotating magnetic field and the rotor decreases. Okay, and consequently the force acting on the conductor is also decreases. The force acting on the conductor is also decreases. If the ladder were to move at the same speed, the ladder, okay, and a permanent magnet, if the ladder were to move at the same speed, okay, as the magnetic field. So as the magnetic field. So I'm already explaining this concept. I take one example, 1000 rpm and so 500 rpm like this. So if this is rotating and this is rotating at same speed, what happened here? So the induced EMF E and the current I and the force driving the ladder along would all becomes 0. Understood? This is the principle of operation of the induction motor. Understood? Try to consider nothing is a simple concept. This is called rotor thick, and so it is placed here. The rotor is this called also rotor, slipping rotor. Previous one is squirrel cage induction motor. Squirrel cage rotor. This is called slipping rotor. It is placed here. This is called stator. Okay, this is also stator. Here in the middle. So here this rotor is placed here. So what happened when we are giving the power supply to the stator winding? Okay, we are giving the power supply to the stator winding. This is called stator winding. Okay, this is called stator winding. We are giving power supply to stator winding. So what happened means when we give power supply means this magnetic field is rotating. Magnetic field is rotating. Okay, this one. That magnetic field rotating means that magnetic field cuts the rotor. Am I right? So because of this air gap between the stator pole and that is called stator slots, stator winding, and also rotor is very less. The air gap between okay, here we have to place a rotor. The rotor and stator, the air gap between the stator and rotor is very less. Okay, so because of that, so like this called stator, this called rotor. The area between the stator and rotor is very less. That's why the stator rotating magnetic field, magnetic flux cuts the rotor. Okay, understood? If the stator is rotating at some speed, synchronous speed, so what happened at starting and at starting condition, this rotor is not rotating. The rotor speed is 0. Am I right? At the initial condition, that is called before system supply. At starting condition, what is the rotor speed? 0. So, but during at the time of starting condition, the stator rotating magnetic field is rotating with a synchronous speed. At a synchronous speed, the stator rotating magnetic field is rotating. But the rotor is stationary. Speed of the rotor is 0 at the time of starting because of inertia. Okay, it's having some mechanical inertia. That's why its rotor is not rotating. Okay, so at starting condition, there is a relative speed between the stator and rotor is maximum. The relative speed between the stator and the rotor is maximum. Because of that, so EMF induced in the rotor conductor is also maximum, and also current is induced in the current is also here maximum. Because of this current, the Lorentz force acting on this conductor is also maximum. So that's why this rotor is will start. Okay, the rotor is trying to move in same way, same direction of the stator rotating magnet. Okay, because of Lorentz force. Because of this Lorentz force, this stator rotating magnetic field is rotating same direction. Also, this rotor is also rotating, trying to rotate. Okay, if the relative speed is between a stator and a rotor is 0. That means decreases. Then EMF induced and the current is also developed decreases. Okay, if the stator rotating magnetic field and the rotor is rotating same speed, that means relative speed between these two 0. Then EMF induced is 0 and the current is 0 and force acting on this conductor is also 0. That's why at a synchronous speed, the induction motor is not working. So remember, induction motor is not working at synchronous speed. That means rotor is rotating at synchronous speed and stator is also rotating at stator magnetic field is also rotating at synchronous speed. That means there is no relative speed between these two because of the EMF induced in the rotor conductor and current 0. That's why induction motor is not working at synchronous speed. The rotor speed is always less than the synchronous speed. Induction machine, the rotor speed is always less than the synchronous speed. Okay, so this is the principal operation of the induction machine.